Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Commentary Zone. Happy Friday. Stop complaining about that picture. And in appreciation of that thumbnail, please give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Join our live chat. Join our replay crew. Leave a comment. Share. Tell a friend. Hit the hype button. All of that crap. Okay. Welcome, y'all. I had no intentions of using this picture during the live, but since you all love it so much, I pulled it back up. That and the fact it's the only one that I have right now. All right, so who's in here complaining? Hi, Steven. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Christoph. Hi, Brian. Hi, Cook with Sarah. Hi, Wendy. You're so wrong with this. I couldn't help it. I'm not trying to blind y'all, but considering I was assaulted by this oh my god, this angle during the episode, it's the only thing that I can really remember from this mess of a show. Uh Oh my god. Hi, So Done. Welcome. Oh my god. Okay, guys, let's get through this real quick because I didn't care about this episode. I really didn't. Hey, Steven. Okay, so the episode opens up with production talking to Chris. Apparently, he didn't speak to Tammy until like about 3 days or so after the birthday party, and apparently she went ham and cussed him out. But he's still defending his wife Brittany, and he says that whatever Tammy is talking about has to be in her imagination because that's not the Brittany that he knows. Was there a bit of friction when she was living with them? Of course. Of course. But I don't see Brittany and here's how I know Tammy's lying. Tammy gave two stories when she was explaining what happened to her last episode. She said first that Brittany tried to push her off the bus, and then she said that Brittany cut her off and she lost her balance and Chris had to help her. So which one is it? When you figure it out, you let us know and you'll still be a liar. Done. Okay. So and I'm gonna need for all of the siblings to stop making excuses for Tammy and her bad behavior. She's behaved poorly throughout the duration of this show that I have watched. I haven't watched from the beginning, so I can't account for that. But she's not a nice person. Good Lord. Next, we see Chris and Brittany going to visit Amy and Brian. Oh, and Amy and Brian say that one of her sons loves going to school and doesn't like coming home. Oh, maybe he likes the kids that are in his class. I think that's cute. Um, they're still talking about the New Orleans trip, and Chris wants to know exactly how many people are coming because he's going to rent this RV and he needs to know how many people will be in it. Amanda can't come because of her health. Gosh, I hope she feels better. Tammy's not coming. And originally, Chris was saying that this was only going to be the siblings and Brittany. But now we have Amanda backing out, Tammy not coming. So Amy says, well, that makes space for Brian. And Chris begrudgingly to me included Brian, which kind of, oof. All right. Keep all your comments in the chat and I'll go back afterwards. I promise. I'm not going to take too long with this. Hopefully. Then we see Misty taking Amy to the eye doctor. I thought this was very important. Amy has said Like from the time she was a teenager, they told her that she had these scars on her eyes and she would be blind by the time she was 35. Now that kind of makes sense why she was rushing to have kids. But if you thought you were going to be blind, how do you want to have kids? It's just very weird. And has she had no eye doctor visits since being a teenager? Like that's I don't know. Speaking as someone who goes to the eye doctor frequently, like I'm even now getting lasers on my face in order to help my tear ducts to reactivate again because I have severe dry eye. I am also nearsighted. I have progressive lenses. Like the eyes are getting old and forgetting how to work. I've even had a hole in my retina or cornea or something. The back part of my eye got a hole and I had to get a laser thing to sew it back together again. Like I know I don't have perfect eyes, so I go and I take care of my eye health. I also have high blood pressure, so I need to check the pressure in the back of my eyes as well. Like it oh, never mind. Y'all just gonna say that I'm bougie because I expect these people to go and take care of their health. Never mind. Anyway, she says that she was supposed to be blind by 35, but now she's 38 and she's still holding on. They go to see Dr. Smith, I think it is, the optometrist. He does the whole eye exam. Her right eye is okay. It has a few scars on it. The left eye has substantial scars. But he doesn't think she's gonna go blind. Um, I can't remember what they said she had. I don't care. But this is good news. He talks to her about getting glasses to help with driving. Now, this is a big thing for her because a couple episodes ago, or last episode, she was complaining that she's a burden on people because she can't drive because she's blind. Now, this doctor is telling her that she can drive with glasses, and he's even talking to her about getting a surgery to correct the eye that goes in the opposite direction. So this is fabulous. And she says that this is one of her biggest insecurities. She's not pretty because of the situation with her eyes. Yay. You know, whatever. She's going to go get it fixed. Good for her. Misty is with her and Misty's happy. Like sister supporting sister. Yay. That's how it should be. But it hurt me when I saw Amy starting to cry over this because thinking inside of your head that you're a useless inconvenience to everyone in your life, and now doors are opening for her. Like, I bet you anything, Amy is going to drive before Tammy does. Plain and simple. Because Amy, I feel, wants to get that independence. She wants, hey, Christoph, if anybody else is coming to chat and I miss you, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back and go through your questions. Tammy wants to be dependent on people, period. Why'd you choose a thumbnail that gives us Brian? I got to stop looking at the chat. Sarah. Okay. The family is getting ready to head out to New Orleans. They are loading up this RV. I didn't think the suspension was that great because at first Brittany was bouncing around. Like, I've never been in an RV. Anyone who's been in an RV, can you leave a comment? Are they supposed to be that bouncy? I don't know. It wasn't a good thing for me. It looks pretty good until Brittany breaks the handle off the refrigerator. Like, there goes the damage deposit. Like, what the hell? And why can't you get the refrigerator open? Like, is there a key to unlock it like an honor bar at a cheap hotel? I don't know. But Chris is going on. He picked a 4-star hotel in New Orleans because this trip was planned for his little Brittany. Ooh, good on you, Chris. Then they go and they pick up everybody. And as they get going on the road trip, I think it's about a 14 or 16-hour drive from where they're at in Kentucky down to New Orleans. And Misty encourages Amy to tell everyone about her eye doctor visit. Everybody's really happy for her. Like, and I think Amy's the one who said, I would love to be on a family vacation where we don't get into a fight. And I think that this is going so well. If Tammy's not there, everybody gets along. Period. Next we see Andrea going over to Tammy's mom's house. I can't remember what her mom's name is. I don't know why Darlene's in my head, but that's probably wrong. Um, and she's going over there to complain about her girlfriend, fiance, whatever. Why are you doing that? Now I'm looking at Andrea. I'm happy for you. You got teeth or a bridge or whatever going on in your mouth. Yay. You've never smiled before. Your smile is pretty. Your teeth look really nice. But I don't appreciate you sneaking around to all of Tammy's family, talking to them. It was one thing when you were planning the birthday party with Chris. It was another thing when you were trying to bring the sisters, Amy and Tammy, back together. But now you're going to their mom. Now, based on what you guys have shared with me over the seasons, the mom is not that great of a person. So why are you going to this very toxic individual to talk badly about her child and to threaten leaving? It makes no sense to me. That's just my opinion. So I didn't like this scene. I did like her teeth. Yay. I didn't like the scene of her going to the mom. Find some of your own friends to talk about Tammy with, because I'll agree to that. But no. And the mom didn't even help you. Like, you left that meeting worse off than when you came in. So mazel tov to you. Back in the RV, the hours are passing. Misty has serious road rage. I'm worried about her. Somebody farts in the RV, and this time it is not Amy, thank God. Um, Again, a bunch of, mispronunciation of simple words, but okay. They get to New Orleans, they check into the hotel. I don't know which hotel it is. They didn't really say. I guess they didn't get free rooms, but okay. Then the first thing Chris wants to do is a horse-drawn carriage. Amy is a bit hesitant because she doesn't want to have history repeat itself with the camel bite, a horse bite. So she gets in the very last row of the carriage, and they head off. They see a whole street outside of a park where all of these artists have their wares out and all their pieces. And Amy seems really excited. And for once, Misty and Chris kept their thoughts to their self. They shared them in the confessional, but they didn't bring her down. They let her enjoy looking at the artwork, which I thought was very nice. Then he arranges a food tour for them. Okay. A food tour is nice. However, they tell this tour guide about all of them having some sort of gastric bypass surgery, and obviously they don't have much, well, they shouldn't have much room left in their stomachs to eat. I don't think a food tour was the best thing for them to do. You could have went to individual restaurants for however long you were there and sample what you needed to sample. That was a lot for people who have to stay on a diet, one, and who have limited space in their stomachs to store food. So I don't know. I mean, anyway, they got a good sample. They were stuffed. Yay. This is where I notice that Brittany is just looking really pissy throughout this entire vacation. It's supposed to be for her, but she really doesn't look like she's having fun. And I'm wondering if that is editing by the production company, or if she really was pissed throughout her entire time. Like when they went on the canoe ride, she didn't even go. She stayed in the room. Let's see. Amy, Brian, and Misty, I can understand why Chris and Brittany did not go on this. Sorry, I think I missed Misty, Brian, and Amy. Yes, they go to a voodoo priestess to get their, I guess, their spirits cleansed and I don't know, good fortune or whatever. They walk over fire. We find out that Amy wears a lot of Brian's clothes. Brian wears her clothes and she wears his shoes. So she had on his shoes and he had on her underwear from last season, the ones that had writing on the back when she went to the strip tease class with Tammy. He was wearing those. What in the whole hell is going on between Amy and Brian? It's just weird. Like, I don't want my man wearing my panties. Or am I? Oh, never mind. I had a man in a long time, so I don't know. Maybe y'all do something different nowadays, but whatever. Um, so after the voodoo evening, it's the next day and they go canoeing or kayaking or whatever this contraption is, and we see Brittany stays behind. They're going to see a lot of birds and maybe an alligator or two, and they ask Misty and Chris like who would survive, and Chris says I would, because I would throw Amy to the alligators so that they can eat her. I I have to say I was thinking the same thing, and so was Misty. So I kind of agree with him. Let's see. Next we see Andrea taking Tammy down to a place called Serenity Path in a park that they're going to, but Tammy's in the car crying. Andrea's at her wits end with Tammy. She doesn't know how to handle this person. We saw when she was talking to Tammy's mother, like the anxiety that she's getting from Tammy's behavior is giving her, is like making her break out in sores on her legs. We saw them, she showed them to the mother. Oh, and the reason why she went up to visit the mother was because one day she came home and Tammy ripped off all the closet doors in her apartment. Damage deposit, make Tammy or production pay for that. And why couldn't we see what she did as proof that she did this? I'm beginning to think this is a fabricated storyline, but anyway, I digress. Um, but she feels that Tammy is acting up because Tammy suspects what Andrea is going to talk to her about, and she doesn't want to hear it. So they finally get her out of the car and they go down to the bench and they're talking. And Andrea says that, let's see. Andrea, they're just talking, and Tammy's saying that she has anxiety and depression. And that she's noticed that Andrea says that she noticed that she's always in a bad mood and is having these mood swings. Tammy says she's trying to keep her anger down and it's getting worse. Um, Andrea asked her why she didn't want to go on the trip, right? The New Orleans trip. And Tammy says that it's going to be hot and she didn't want to have to deal with any of them, meaning her family, on the trip. Um, that's BS. That's BS. I think she said, because remember when it first came up several episodes ago, and Chris announced that he wanted to do this trip for his wife to celebrate her weight loss. And Tammy then said, yes, we can celebrate our weight loss together. She was in on that trip. Or am I not remembering that correctly? Now, all of a sudden, she doesn't want to go. I think Tammy was hoping that by saying she doesn't want to go, she was hoping that her family would say, oh, well, if Tammy's not going, we're going to cancel everything. And they didn't. They went along without you because you got a different caretaker now. That's just my opinion. Yeah, and Tammy says that she thinks it's bullshit that her family decided to go on a trip without her. Well, you're not the sun, and all the planets are not orbiting around you. You're just Tammy. And then she says that the trip should have been changed to do something that everybody wanted to do. But this is Brittany's trip. Like, she can't let Brittany have something. She's selfish. That told me that she was selfish. Tammy says her anxiety is too much to even go to the grocery store. So that tells me I'm too lazy to do anything. I want everybody else to be at my beck and call as usual. Um, Tammy also says that she thinks it's personal insecurity. She doesn't like how her body shape is. She feels like she's put on some weight. And even her mother told her that. And it's true. She has put on weight. All of them have. Chris has put on, Misty has put on, and Tammy has put on. Amanda's the only one that hasn't, but she's been sick. And I think Amy is starting to show some weight loss, so that's probably pissing off Tammy as well. Andrea says that she doesn't like seeing her this way, and Andrea shows her the sores on her leg and says that they're stress induced. Tammy says that they're dealing. Tammy says that dealing with her has caused some of her leg problems and she feels bad about it. I thought that was a half hearted attempt at accountability. Andrea says that all she wants is for Tammy to get better. She also says that she can't continue living like this. Andrea wants her to know that what's at stake and what could happen. Andrea says that she needs help or she's gone. She's out of here. Andrea says something has to change. Yeah, she has to. Oh my God, my notes are a mess. Then we see it's the end of the episode, it's the final scene, and all of them have gotten together in the hotel lobby, and they tell Misty tells Amy that they have a surprise for her. They are going to do a bachelorette party for her. And Amy says, absolutely not. We're not going to have a bachelorette party without Lily here. And I would have fired back and said, look, you could have a second bachelorette party when you get home. This is just the family one. So let's just do something for you and call it a day. But she is getting, she's getting up in arms about it. I don't really give a fuck who's there, who's not. It's just all going to be a mess. But anyway, that was it for the episode. So what are y'all saying in here? How far back I got to go? What are y'all saying? Hold on. I'm going back in the notes. Y'all are still saying hi. Y'all cursing me out for the thumbnail. Okay, Chris told us himself that Brittany is jealous last season when he was fixing the little yellow house. I don't think jealous was the correct word. I think she was pissed because they bought this house as an investment property and then they're going to move Tammy up in it who's not paying any rent because Tammy thinks I got all of y'all bitches, this TV show, I don't need to do nothing else for y'all. All y'all got to take care of me. So I think that's what Brittany was pissed at. And she was getting sick tired of riding in the back seat of her husband's car with Tammy sitting in the front. I didn't agree with that at all. Now, why is the camera never around when Tammy goes ballistic? Exactly. I agree with that. Tammy is pouting and she's jealous that Chris loves her proper. Wait. And she's jealous that Chris loves her properly, allegedly, and in my opinion. Oh my God. Isn't it convenient though? Yes, it is very convenient. Classic. How do you know she's lying? Her mouth is moving. I agree with you, Tracy. Okay, Sarah says, was invading their house. I'm not surprised. Amy is also jealous of the way Chris loves Brittany, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, wouldn't you want a man to ride or die for you, even against his own family? I don't know. Did y'all see the top of Brittany's head? Who was it who said that she has alopecia? She look, I hope her hair grows back. I really do. Remember Tammy said her nephews tore up Amanda's house and now we find she rips doors off hinges. Wendy, boom, boom. Oh my God. Okay. Exactly, Stephen, which is gross from his sister. Oof. How has Amy not seen the eye doctor since she was a teen? For real. For real. Like, if you think you are going blind, wouldn't you want to continue get? And they even sent her to Braille school, like blind school, to learn. Well, it was just for a week, right, or something like that. But she went to learn how to read Braille. I don't know if she can or not. And she learned how to cook in the dark or something. Oh Lord. Um, was she never fitted for glasses for the eye that does work? I guess not. I guess not. It's just a total failure of all of these children by their parents. Tammy sounds like she is going to ruin maybe the best relationship she ever had. Is this a real relationship though? So done. Are they really in a relationship? Because Andrea seems semi decent. What's she doing with Tammy? Unless her motivation to be with Tammy is to be on the show and get her teeth fixed. Oh, so she's accomplished that. She can move on now. Just saying. Steven says to Tracy, yes, I've seen that sort of jealousy and it can tear families apart. Shit. Ryan says, and wasn't Amy diabetic? You have to see the eye doctor annually with yes, you do. None of this makes sense. Nope. Y'all can't tell me I'm bougie about this. Y'all just cannot. It's not making sense. I've never seen a picture of Amy with glasses. Oh, Tammy was told her whole life that she was going to be blind. I guess you mean Amy, right? So why would he bother with the doctor? Her parents and teachers failed her. But I would want to know like the progression of my blindness. I just would. Like I'm going blind. Every year they tell me that my eyes are getting worse. I don't know. Why did you? Hi, Christoph. Okay, Easter, Darlene Ellis Combs Slayton Rednor had never given a rat's ass about her kids physically or emotionally. Well, damn, that's her name? Fuck. How did she get married all those times? Her first name is Easter? Like the holiday Easter? Or is it Esther? At least I remember Darlene. Oh my God. Why'd you choose a thumbnail that gives us Brian's? And it sounds like Mama's nasty house growing up is why she has her eye condition. Yeah, because didn't he say it was a parasite? Like, what the hell? A parasite? Oof. Oof. 100%. She'd be more grateful if she was truly she'd be more grateful if she truly felt like a burden. Amy expects it. The tears are for attention. Yes. She's manipulative as well. She plays the victim very well. So you have a point there. I blame her mom for not following through with eye doctor through the years. I agree with you on that. I agree. I agree. But then as she got older, it was up to her. As she got older, I mean, she was on government assistance. Medicare would have allowed her to go get a eye check, I guess. I don't know. Does it? Let me know. I could be talking out of my ass. I don't know. The refrigerators have a slide lock to keep them closed when traveling. Ooh. Aren't there any instructions? Like, don't they give you like a manual, or like I would put a sign on the refrigerator saying how to open and close securely, just so that I don't get damaged product back if I was the rental agency, because I wouldn't know that. When all of your kids require weight loss surgery, you have to look at the common denominator. But weren't they all raised by grandmama? Didn't mom like dump them on grandma? I don't know. The refrigerator may have been locked so it wouldn't just fly open driving. Perfect. Thank you. I went it went well because Tammy didn't go. Because Tammy triggers Amanda, and then Amanda like pops off. Or Amy triggers Amanda and then Amanda pops off. So I think you can't have the three of those girls together. Says the girl who literally puts hands on Amanda right after surgery. Oof. Oof. It's because she's desperate for help. She means well. Oh, you so nice, Kristoff. I can't be that nice. Obesity seems genetic in that family, as we found out when they looked up their family tree, but Darlene's mothering was also a contributor, or lack of mothering. Or producers made her. Oof. That's what I think too. She doesn't know what else to do. Tammy's eyes pop out with anger at the end of the episode. I don't care about Tammy. I really don't. And I know I said a couple of episodes ago that she looked like Popeye. I feel bad for her. I really do. All that surgery, all that time, all that effort, and she's still a miserable, mean individual. I don't care. Amy needs to stay on top of her boys' weight too. That worries me for them. Yeah. I mean, first of all, cook decent meals for them with vegetables and proteins. Like, Jesus. Tammy's abusive and needs anger management if she's pulling all the doors off the hinges. I'm telling you, she couldn't be living with me after doing that to my house. Sorry. I would have called the police. I would have given her an invoice for the damages. If I lost my security deposit because of her, she'd be paying for that shit. And I would have called production down there to take video of what she did. Yes, because Daddy Combs and Daddy Slayton were morbidly obese too. Think both died in their 50s. Jesus. I couldn't believe she pulled all the closet doors off. Well, I don't believe it. I don't think it happened. I think they're just talking about it, but I don't think it happened. They can't afford to forfeit their damage deposit, their security. They can't. The carriage scene was ridiculous. Amy needs to stop with the PTSD. It's just for sympathy. Grow up, in my shady opinion. Steven, I think that was a bit too far because there was several rows of seats in the carriage. She didn't even have to go near the horse. The horse was so uninterested with her. Yeah, it was just dumb, but all for effect. I've always wanted to try the beignets and coffee at Cafe Du Monde like they did in the show. Oh my God, Sarah, it is amazing. Go for Sunday brunch at Cafe Du Monde. It is lovely. In addition to the beignets, make sure you get the bananas Foster. Mwah. Awesome. Brunch is the best to like people watch. It's always so busy, but I'm telling you, Cafe Du Monde is excellent. Sunday brunch. Don't eat a beignet. You can have beignets all over the place, even at the airport, because we took some home from the airport. But do the bananas Foster at Cafe Du Monde. It's an experience. It's a whole show that they do for you at the table. It's gorgeous. Tammy is literally making Andrea sick, stressing her out and making her break out in hives. Those are beyond hives. Those are whole ass blisters, and some of them look infected. I'm like, girl, you look like you about ready to lose your leg. Nobody could be pushing me to those extremes. And I really don't think Tammy's pussy or her pussy game is all of that great to say that I'm staying with this bitch. I'm sorry. Sorry. Mm, yep. A food tour to celebrate weight loss. I really don't think I need to expound further. YTF would you take a Holy Roller Bible Thumper to New Orleans to celebrate? I don't know. Well, New Orleans has other things that they can do, like the food tour. What else can you go to the casino, drink, drink some more, throw some beads and drink, show your titties. Like, yeah, there's a lot to do there. And praise Jesus right afterwards. They could have just taken a few bites of each item of the food tour. I don't have a problem with the food tour as long as they pay some. Yeah, because if you looked at it, they weren't getting like full dinner platefuls. They were getting samples. You take a little bite and call it a day. But they were going to town on everything because they just haven't adjusted their relationship to food. They just, none of them have. So they gorge and pick out. NOLA is a food capital. It doesn't seem like the best choice for someone who just had bariatric surgery because I'd want to eat everything. I did notice, I think Brittany has lost her taste for sugar because all of that powdered sugar on the beignets, first of all, you can dust off the powdered sugar. You don't have to eat it with all of that on it. And then you wind up looking like you're snorting booger sugar. You just don't. I dusted off the majority of my sugar because it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Um, but yeah, to each his own. Why I don't get why they don't get entrees and share amongst each other so that they can get a taste for everything. I don't know. I wouldn't want to share food with any of these people. Maybe because they're family, they might want to. No, I would not want to share anything with these people. That's my opinion. If I'm bougie, I don't care. I'm wondering if Chris is a typical male type that just decided where he wanted to go and then declared the reason. Interesting. Interesting. Because in truth and fact, Brittany bailed on half of this trip. Let's just call a thing. She bailed. Don't blame her. I'm wondering oh, sorry, we read that already. Didn't they try to buy Amy some real shoes 2 seasons ago? Yeah. And the dog probably ate them. I don't know. Remember, that's when the kids got shoes for the first time. The side eye from the lady in the background when Amy told them that. What they wore the same underwear. Tammy snapped her neck around so fast when Andrea said she couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, because she think Andrea is like her family. Always putting up with her bullshit. Andrea's new to the payroll and she don't gotta take this no more. That's very possible. And TLC has sister wives go to New Orleans too. Do maybe they got some kind of travel deal? Probably. I saw that Andrea better sleep with one eye open. Ooh. I'm betting that the house is a disaster area and that's why we film on the lawn. Total speculation on my part. You think that maybe Andrea's trying to get her house renovated? I hope so. She got her mouth renovated. This is 2 seasons now of Amy discovering shoes and clothing. Y'all are so messy. I love it though. Amy needs to get to a doctor. She does. She does. She needs to be an adult. She has children. Does she not take her children to the doctor? If you take your children to the doctor, you take yourself to the doctor too. You go and you do your annual mammogram and pap smear. Like you do your annual physical, you go and get your eyes checked, you go to the dentist twice a year. Like these are the basics required of being an adult. Um, I hope Amy gets eye surgery though. I'll be so happy for her. It seems like she is because based on the preview, she is going to get this surgery and she tells the wedding planner, and the wedding planner is freaking out because the surgery is scheduled a week before her wedding. Like Amy, like use a bit more of your brain than 13%. Like do better. Yep, that's exactly what Tammy thought. Pretty sure she got the surgery. Her eyes look different in wedding pictures. That's awesome. Tammy still thinks she's the center of their universe. She's mobile and not near death's door. She's on her own now, and yet still not has progressed in her independence. She refuses to learn how to drive, and she's always dependent on somebody to drag her Popeye ass everywhere. It's just frustrating. Um, Darlene has zero room to talk. She ate herself into a wheelchair. I need to Google some wedding pictures and zoom in. Tell us what you find. Um, I think she did get her eye fixed in time for the wedding. I hope so. And I feel that could be done with a laser. Like the wedding planner is overreacting. They're not going to have to go in and surgically remove her eye and then put it back in the socket. Like my eye surgery was done with a laser, with my eyes wide open, me smelling something burning, which was me. And my anesthesia just wouldn't take because I was so nervous. Um, I think Chris is going to blow his fuse soon with her. I hope so. We need at least one blow up on a season. I usually look forward to Amanda doing it, but she's sick. So Chris, you're gonna have to pinch hit. Um, they did a whole shoot with People Magazine. Very nice pictures. Oh wow. Oh, I have to look that up. Amanda's BFF Lily, that's that she's borrowing to film with. That's so weird. The old Tammy's creeping back in. The old Tammy never left. Never left. Did you talk about the voodoo visit? Yeah, I briefly did. Amy wanted to get like herself, her spirit, her aura cleansed before the wedding. Misty wanted to go because she likes exploring all different religions, and apparently voodoo is a religion, and I think she's right. And she was just interested. She was curious, like genuinely curious, which you don't see that very much from Misty. They walked over fire. They cleansed their feet, and they walked over fire, and that was about it. I didn't take away anything much more from that. I didn't think Amy voiced Lily should be there. Her opinion about the party is any disrespectful way. No, she did. I just thought it was just stupid to say no, we can't do something because someone isn't there. If that was the case, you'd be saying that about Amanda and Tammy. You don't have to think that this is going to be your only bridal shower. You could just say that this is a party from your family. Because the whole season, even last season, she was saying that her family wasn't doing nothing for her. Now they get to New Orleans and they say they want to do something to celebrate her and her stupid wedding. And she is saying, no, we can't do it because Lily's not here. Fuck that shit. No, we can go ahead and let my family celebrate me because I've been bitching for 2 seasons about it. Sorry about that, Sarah. It wasn't directed at you. It was just a frustration that they can't keep their lies straight. I don't think Amy voiced her opinion about the party disrespectful. I don't think it was disrespectful either. I was just like, look, either you want your family to celebrate you or you don't. Just shut up about it and enjoy what they're getting ready to do for you. The hairline is far back. Amy looks great post-op. Wait, she had another surgery? Damn Deb, take the pic down. I'm trying to watch you and all I see is Amy's running. I'd rather see you. No, we have to live with this. There's absolutely no way that she went to a school for the blind for 1 week. I thought that was ridiculous too. Unless they took her down there and was hoping that she would stay there, but she found her way back. Never know. I can only imagine how horrible their childhood was. Their mother didn't do anything for those two. Yeah, yeah. The mother failed all of her children, if you really think about it. Because you don't see. Okay, I haven't watched the show from the beginning, but how often have we seen Amanda, Misty, and Chris go and see Darlene? I don't know. The only two that you see interact with Darlene is Tammy and Amy. And they're the most toxic out of all of the siblings. Well, shit, Misty calls some farmer down the road dad. And he's not even related to them. It's just weird. Very weird. Parasite from cat feces? That's what it is? Jesus Christ. Sorry about that, y'all. Grandma passed away when Tammy and Amy were young. She raised the older kids, but the two youngest were stuck with Darlene. Ooh! Damn. Amy's kids already look obese. They do. We haven't seen them this season, though. They might have lost some weight. Did we see them? I think we might have, like briefly. I legit cried when Amanda gave Tammy their grandma's quilt. You could tell they truly loved that lady. Wow. Doesn't Andrea have a house? I don't know. I don't know what she got from what she don't got. I do know she got blisters. Thanks, Tammy. The family needs Brian to decide that they're all going to develop healthy habits, better food choices, and portions. Maybe he can do that. I mean, he's on Amy's payroll right now. She must have been a lovely person. History tours. Oh, yeah, that's true. You can do plantation tours. There's tons to do in NOLA other than degenerate stuff. I agree with you. Architecture tour. Yes, you could see some of those historic buildings. You could go to the Anne Rice house. I heard that that's a very popular tour. Amy had a whole muffaletta sandwich to her. Listen, those are huge. Like, I thought that they were going to split that up between the 5 or 6 of them. Like, Amy has not slowed down her eating at all. At all. That picture, at least Debbie didn't play with AI. No, I wouldn't do that because I don't know how to do that. But thank you for giving me the idea. Those people at the Voodoo place were giving Amy the side eye. Ooh. Someone probably had to pay for that. Amy's reaction to them wanting to do a bachelorette in NOLA was uncalled for. I don't know. She's been whining about her family not supporting her and her in her relationship with Brian, and they finally do it, and she throws it back in their face. Fucking ungrateful. Period. Yes, I don't think it was intended to be the bachelor. Yes, that's how I took it, Christoph. The older 3 kids don't even mention their mama ever. There you go. She parentified them too much. Let them be raised by anyone other than herself. They got no reason to check on her mean self. Damn, Wendy. I love your breakdowns of them, though. You have all of the tea. I only visited NOLA once for less than a day, did a carriage tour, and ate at a restaurant. Would like to have a proper visit there one day. I'm with you on that, Sarah. I went only one time, and it was for a sales kickoff for my organization, and it was right after the storm, the hurricane that went through there. We spent one afternoon, and I think it was the park where the artists were. That park looks very similar, so we went in there and cleaned up that park. I left my shoes and my pants and the shirt I was wearing in plastic garbage bags after we returned from that community experience, because they just smelled. We were knee deep in mud. And I actually asked the housekeeper. This was back in the day when housekeeping carts had bleach on them. I asked the housekeeper for some bleach so that I can rinse off my hands up to my elbows and my feet up to my knees with bleach water, because I was scared I was going to get ringworm. Um, it was a hard day. It was great to give back to that community when they were like so down on their luck. Um, but yeah, like I remember walking back into my guest room, and I had taken off my shoes and my socks, and when I got into the guest room, I like finally smelled my clothes full of that mud. And I was like, got the garbage bag and put everything in it, tied it off, and left a note on it saying sorry. And then went and got a full bath, put on a robe, and asked housekeeping, one of the ladies in the hallway, to lend me a little bit of bleach so that I can rinse myself off. But yeah, we had a really great time going around after community service and meetings. So it was an awesome city. Did I get to explore it the way how I would have wanted to? No, no. When Tammy was on life support, she left it up to the older kids to make the decisions. They want nothing to do with her. Oh, sorry, but I can't stand when people neglect their kids. No, it's just wrong. Always wrong. That's right. Okay, so that is the end of the episode. Went through all of your comments. Thank you so much for being so active in the chat. I really appreciate it. Okay, let me stop sharing this now. I think I've tortured you enough. So that's our episode today. So this was, what's the name of this episode? I don't even think I told y'all the damn name of the episode. So this was Thousand Pound Sisters, Season 8, Episode 7, Bride-Diva. Okay, Amy, you got a episode. Darlene is. Oh my God. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in this weekend. Thanks for tuning in today. Have a wonderful weekend. I haven't even combed my hair today. This is so awful. That's why I'm so happy for Amy having Brian. She finally has somebody who really cares for her. Does he though? Or is he there for a paycheck? He's getting his house renovated too. Oh, thank you, Wendy. You look pretty too. So, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will meet again next week to talk about this stupid show. At least the season is almost over. We're on episode 7. I don't think they go past 12 episodes in a season. So this will be over. And hopefully there's something else that we can watch. Please leave in the comment section any recommendations for shows that you want to watch. Are y'all watching the Tyra Banks, America's Top Model documentary on Netflix? Like, what are y'all thinking about that? Ooh. Why are we surprised about Tyra though? And what do y'all think about 90 Day Fiance and Kimberly? I have thoughts. I watched the first episode. That was about it. If this is a single life, I don't understand why Kimberly's on there with this type of storyline, but I've never watched Single Life, so I'm not sure if this qualifies. But Kimberly, do better. Do better. They provide birth control in the military when you had these 2 children. And if you had to give away the first baby for adoption, I kind of understand that. But then you went ahead a year later, like Irish twins, a year later, and had another baby that you had to give up for adoption from the same motherfucker. And then you had a third baby, Jamal, and you decided to keep him. Like, what are you doing, Kim? Like, why would you be with a man that basically didn't want nothing to do with you and contributed to your decision to put up for adoption two of your children? Tell me how that makes sense. I can give you grace on the first one, but you would have had to end that relationship. Ugh, I don't know. What are y'all saying in here? Wait, you watched the JFK Jr. and Carolyn on Hulu? You did? I don't want to watch that. That would make me sad. I haven't watched the America's Next Top Model doc yet, but maybe we can talk about it. Oop. Everybody's talking about it though. Such a hot mess. But why I'm not surprised that Tyra was a bitch. I'm just not. I thought we knew that. We thought we knew that. 90 Days of Hot Mess. Oof. I started that yesterday. Where did you start? America's Next Top Model? I don't know. I stopped watching 90 Day when they put Sophie and Jasmine on Pillow Talk. But they have Pillow Talk for this? I didn't watch Pillow Talk. I barely can get through the regular episode. Bye. They did excellent with casting. I almost feel like the military would give out birth control and condoms for free. It's easy to access it because if you, as a female enlisted, is going out on maternity, like, how are they getting the most out of you? It's accessible. She was just stupid and letting a man that raw dog up in her and breed her and then taking no responsibility for it. And then you got to make that decision because you have no one at home to take your kids and take care of them while you're serving your country. Like, and you were old enough. Don't tell me that you were 21. Like, you were old enough. Fuck that. If you had told me you was 13 or 14, then I would understand. But you were fucking 21 and you did it on repeat. Kim, get out of here. Get out of here. Catfishing your own child with a picture of another child is like Kim has just shown us of all of these seasons that she's been on 90 Day that she specializes in making bad life choices on repeat. Unexpected started a new I can't watch Unexpected. I just cannot. They are so ignorant. And the parents. It's a mess, especially with the 13-year-old. There's a 13-year-old? I cannot. Oh, yeah, you told me about that. No. Have Kimberly kids meet each other? Jamal and Larry met. Not sure about the daughter. Child, they already got a picture. Jamal Ben met her. And Kimberly knows her. It's online. Somebody posted a picture of the three of them together, the daughter, Jamal, and Kimberly. She's a whole lie. This whole storyline is a lie. And she's getting her other children involved. I think she gave them up for adoption, but I don't believe the storyline that they're showing on here. I don't. And she was only 12 when she got her. Oh, no. I know those parents should be ashamed. The boy is failing 8th grade. Oh, but he know how to fuck and breed. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the hype button. I really appreciate all your support over these past few weeks. Bye.